Okay, so in this video I'm going to be showing you how to do Ajax calls. Now let's say when you have your app opened, your website, and you want to get some file or some data from the server, but you don't want to reload the web page. So then you can use Ajax to actually get the data, make that server request. Now I have my basic setup over here with my index.html, and I have one other file called text.txt, and it just has this hello world over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a button, and when the user click the button, we're going to go ahead and make a server call, get this text file over here and split that out into a h1 tag. Now I'm going to create my h1 tag, and I'm going to give it a ID of a header. Okay, just say head. And now I'm going to create a button, just say click me. Okay, now I'm gonna create my script over here. So what you're gonna want to do is create a function. So when we actually click the button, we're gonna call this function and get the result. Okay, so I'm going to create a function and I'm going to call it get data. And first thing you need to do is create a XML HTTP request object. And how you do is how you actually do that is you're going to create a variable. I'm going to name this XML equals, and we are going to do XML HTTP request, and that's it. And now we're gonna have to create a callback function. So we're going to do XML dot onload, and this is going to equal to a function, and we're not gonna name this function. So now what we want to do is we need to reference this over here, our h1 tag, and what you're gonna say is that get this HTML tag and change the content to whatever we get from this HTTP request. So I'm going to do document dot get element by ID, and our ID is head, and I want to change the inner HTML, and we're going to set this equal to XML dot response text. So T is capital in text, and that's it. And after our callback function over here, we have to actually make the request. So in order to do that, I'm going to do XML and do open. So we actually clarifying over here that this is what type of request we are going to make. So we're going to do a get request, and the file we actually need to get is named text.txt, and you have to say whether you're gonna use make this asynchronous or synchronous. So I'm just going to do true, which means that it is going to be asynchronous. And now to actually send the request, we're going to do xml.send. Okay, now our function is ready over here, and in the button we need to do a click event. So on click we want to call this get data. call this getData function. For some reason my page isn't loading. Okay, so when I actually click this text over here, well, it should be making that server call. If I go to my console, XML open is not a function. Okay, so I actually found the error over here. So when we actually creating our XML HTTP request object, you have to use a new keyword over here, and when we actually change in HTML over here, instead of our object, we have to actually use this keyword to reference this object. So that should now fix everything up. And if I actually click this, yeah, it actually makes that server request and get the text over here and place it inside our h1 tag. So that's basically how you do Ajax calls to get data from a server. Now I will be doing another video on how to do get actual XML data, because we only got plain text over here. So we will be getting XML files and JSON data later on with Ajax. So if you actually found this video useful, make sure to leave a thumbs up and maybe even consider subscribing.